Welcome back to Bite-Sized Folklore, where myth and legend are served in short, satisfying stories to feed your curiosity. I'm Jodie, and tonight, we light a lantern for one of the oldest Halloween legends. You know the glow. You've carved the grin. But behind every jack-o'-lantern is a name you might not be familiar with. In this episode, we meet Stingy Jack, a man so sly, he tricked the devil himself, not once, but twice. And in return, he was given a fate worse than hell. Let's go way back. Before pumpkins, before Halloween as we know it. We're in old Ireland, centuries ago. In a small village where the wind always seemed to whisper secrets. This is where we find a man named Jack. A blacksmith by trade, a drunkard by preference, and a cheat by nature. Jack was clever. A little too clever if you ask the priests. And his reputation spread far beyond his village. He was known for being cunning, silver-tongued, and most of all, stingy. He'd talk his way into a drink, borrow money he never returned, and laugh all the way home. People said he had a darkness about him, that he liked to drink with strangers, that he made deals in the shadows. And one night, he did. It was on a moonless October night when Jack sat alone at the local tavern, nursing the last drops of someone else's ale. The fire had gone out, the barkeep had gone home, yet Jack remained. And across from him, a man appeared. Tall, pale, cloaked in black. His eyes burned like coals. And when he smiled, his teeth were far too sharp. Jack blinked. "You must be the devil," he said with a grin. The stranger didn't deny it. "I've come for your soul, Jack. It's long overdue." Jack, ever the talker, raised a finger. "Now hold on. One last drink before I go, eh? One final round for old time's sake." The devil agreed. He loved a good show. They returned to the bar. Jack drank, and drank, and drank. When the tab came, Jack patted his pockets. "Ah, I've nothing, but you could turn into a coin to pay, couldn't you?" The devil, amused, transformed into a silver coin. But before he could bounce on the bar, Jack snatched him up and dropped him into his coat pocket, next to a small crucifix. The devil was trapped, cursed by the symbol of holy ground. Jack leaned in and whispered, "Let's make a deal. I'll let you go if you promise not to take my soul for 10 years. The devil, burning with rage, had no choice. He agreed. A decade came and went, and Jack, well, he lived just as he always had, drinking, lying, cheating and laughing. And then, one night, under a crooked tree, the devil returned. "Time's up, Jack." Jack nodded solemnly. "Fair enough, but one last request. Could you fetch me an apple before we go? Just one. I want to taste something sweet before the flames." The devil sighed and climbed the tree. But as he reached the highest branch, Jack carved a cross into the trunk. The devil was trapped again, this time among the branches. "You must really learn," Jack said smugly. Let's strike another deal. You'll never take my soul. Not now. Not ever. The devil bellowed. The leaves withered, but again, he had to agree. Jack once more walked free. Years passed. Jack grew old, crooked, and tired. He died just as he lived, alone and without a coin to his name. But death was just the beginning of his punishment. When Jack's soul reached the gates of heaven, they turned him away. Too wicked, too cruel, not a chance. So he descended into the darkness, towards hell. But there stood the devil, arms crossed and smiling. I made a promise, Jack. I can let you in. But where am I supposed to go? Jack asked. The devil tossed him a single burning ember, lit with the fires of damnation. You can go wherever you like, he said, but you'll walk alone. Jack took the ember and placed it inside a hollowed-out turnip, the only thing he had left from the world of the living. And from that night on, he wandered. A lonely soul cursed to roam between worlds, searching for a resting place he'll never find. They say you can still see him, a faint flicker in the woods, along country roads, or even outside your window on Halloween night. We call him Jack of the Lantern, or maybe better known as Jack-o'-lantern. As the centuries passed, people carved lanterns of their own to light their path, and maybe to scare Jack away. In Ireland and Scotland, they used turnips and beets, but when the tradition came to America, they found something better. Pumpkins, big, round, orange, and much easier to carve. And every Halloween since, we've carved faces into those pumpkins. Some smiling, some screaming, some sneering with devilish grins. They're not just for decoration. They help keep the darkness away. Thank you for listening to Bite-Sized Folklore. I'm Jodie, and tonight's story was The Legend of Stingy Jack. A reminder that even the cleverest tricks can come with a terrible cost. If you enjoyed this Halloween special episode, please share it with a friend, carve a jack-o'-lantern, and maybe leave a light on tonight, just in case someone's wandering by. Until next time, stay curious, stay spooky, and remember, some legends never die.